Well, we're here this week on, I'm so uncomfortable this week on NPWA Pro Wrestling.
Come on, announce. Who are we?
I can't do this. I'm the host, JT Thomas.
As you say every single week, the host sits on this side, and I am sitting on this side.
Well, I don't know why.
They wouldn't let you in here earlier, and I got here before you did.
I get here, my chair is mounted to the wrong side of the desk. I don't know what's going on here. I'm uncomfortable.
What's going on today?
Well, I don't know. You took all the notes. You got the host notes there.
Oh.
Usually the notes are on this side.
Well, what's in a week?
7 days.
The Superstar Showdown is in a week.
Of course, yeah.
That's going to be great. I like it on this side. I feel more comfortable here. It's quite a chair.
The lights are too bright on this side.
You're just a crybaby.
No.
You even announce yourself?
Yeah, I did. I announced myself. I didn't announce you, though.
JT Thomas, the co-host. Phil Bronson, the host here this week.
Well, this is the last week. This is like this.
Oh, really?
This is not right.
We're going to review everything that's going on. Scott Oresco will have his final Showdown report this week. All the matches will be announced. But right off the bat, let's talk about Hot Body Brown and what has happened with him in the past weeks here in the NPWA. The man won the championship in a tournament final over the Ultimate Champ, who, by the way, returned last week, as everybody saw.
Yep.
But Hot Body Brown issued an open challenge to the Rockin' Rebel, who accepted it, or who Hot Body Brown challenged for that open challenge. It just worked out perfectly, because the Rebel wanted the match, and Hot Body seemed not to mind. And now that match...
Well, Hot Body doesn't really care anyway who he wrestles, because he knows he has the skill, he has the wrestling prowess, if you will, and he's just going to rise above all the other competition here in the NPWA.
Yes, that could be the case. Then again, it might not be. And next week we could see history made, as the Rockin' Rebel is in fact going for the NPWA title. But right now, let's take a look at some of the past actions that have gone on with the Rockin' Rebel and Hot Body Brown, how this match was brought up. I'm just going to give this to you. It's an open contract.
An open contract.
You know, because
to anyone out there.
There's nobody out there. The biggest wrestling event ever in the NPWA history. The NPWA Superstar Showdown. We're 4 weeks away from it. There's nobody that'll step in the ring to fight me. I got an open contract. I'm going to give it to you. I expect to have some signature on here of somebody that wants to at least face me and try to think that they could be...
It's up to me to find someone.
I'm not... I gave you a contract to sign? What are you talking about, Scott?
NPWA Superstar Showdown.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
How can you forget about the very biggest event?
That's the contract I gave you.
That's the contract.
You signed the contract, Scott?
No, I did not.
Meet you in the Superstar Showdown?
No.
Tear your little butt up?
No. I'm not. As you know, I'm not. I'm just the announcer. But I do have someone.
You don't want a shot at the title? I figure you'd throw your name.
No, that's not my job in the NPWA.
Well, who signed it?
I like to have...
Wild Willie?
Wild Willie? No, he's not no contender.
The Cramp?
It's not the Cramp.
Who signed it, Scott?
I like to have you read it. Read the name. Tell everyone who you are facing. The least you can do. I had to go...
How did you force whoever's name was on this contract?
I didn't have to force this individual.
What are you talking about? You didn't have to force it.
He was looking for me. He wanted to talk to me last week. And he was looking for you. He was looking for you because he wants his name signed in that dotted line.
Better not be a relative of yours or something.
No, it's no relative of mine. Believe me.
Be a legitimate NPWA...
You know this man. In fact, you've met him before. Read the name.
The Rockin' Rebel!
The Rockin' Rebel!
The Rockin' Rebel! Get that out of here! I didn't give you a contract for the Rockin' Rebel to sign it. Rockin' Rebel hasn't even been in wrestling for the past 2 months. He sprained his ankle. He's been out! He's been out!
Yes.
He's not the Ultimate Champ. He's been gone!
Yes,
Where does the Rockin' Rebel fit in to get a shot at the NPWA title, huh?
Last week he was looking for you.
Yeah?
Very determined. So I figured right then and there. Why not?
What do you mean, why not? He put his name
He's a very...
I give you an open contract.
You said anyone.
Anyone? Yeah, but it's not the Rockin' Rebel. I didn't mean the Rockin' Rebel, Scott.
The Rockin' Rebel. Why not? He's proved himself. The injury has, put him out of action for a while, but he's back.
He's back? What do you mean he's back? I haven't...
He's fighting later on today, matter of
Later
fact.
on today?
The Rockin' Rebel will be wrestling his very first return match later on in the show.
He is. I gotta go, Scott.
Wait, where are you going? I don't like that look in your eye, Mr. Brown. He's up to no good, fans. We'll be back.
This is the day Hot Body Brown made his attack on the Rockin' Rebel. The Rockin' Rebel had just returned to the ring after he had been gone for nearly 2 months. Hot Body Brown wanted to end that after he found out that the Rockin' Rebel signed the contract, looking to interfere. Now that the Rockin' Rebel's back is turned, and look, wow, he hits him. Hot Body Brown sent a message to the Rockin' Rebel that day.
Let's go, Hot Body Brown. Let's go right now. Once it happened before. The second time. The second time. Right now. Let's do it right now.
He should still be gone. He has no right being back here.
Hey, I'm the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout, the Rockin' Rebel.
That's twice this happened, Hot Body Brown. Let's bring it down to ringside right now. Let's get it on.
Okay, we're back from the break. And, what do you make of Death? I mean, you've seen him as long as I have. We've both been here since the start of the NPWA.
That's right.
This man is undefeated, and I think he's virtually unstoppable.
Well, he seems to be. I think he is unstoppable, and one of these days, he's gonna want something more than just to beat his opponents. Right now, he seems content with just burying opponent after opponent in the ring.
He sure does.
Some cases, 2 guys. I mean, he is just unstoppable. There's big things in his future, that's for sure.
Well, what do you think about the Raging Bull? He has had numerous run-ins with this man.
And the Raging Bull is a very unhappy character. For some reason, he has a problem with Death, and I don't know what his basis for judgment is for having a problem with Death. I mean, other than the fact that he's jealous, possibly. That's got to be it.
He's not jealous.
Jealous.
The Raging Bull has been laid out by Death a few times.
Well, he asked for it.
And a few weeks ago, we saw on NPWA Pro Wrestling, Raging Bull had enough. He was attacked earlier in the show. He came back and went after Death. A melee ensued. Officials were brought in to break it up. It's been a war. Let's review some of that action right now with the Raging Bull and Death.
The Raging Bull in control of this matchup now. Has Death in the corner. This is the very first time that these two men ever wrestled. This is the Raging Bull's second match, I believe, in the NPWA. He was not a good wrestler at the time. Death, more experience, and what happened? The Raging Bull not paying attention to his opponent. Made a costly mistake. Charged Death, only to be met by his man. The easy 3 count. The Raging Bull is another victim. Was not happy with that. He came back. He won some more matches. And then one day he decided he wanted a rematch against Death. He had had enough. After Death annihilated the Cramp, the Raging Bull made his way to ringside and issued a challenge to Death.
Here is your winner, Death.
I challenge you. Midnight Madness, me and you. Let's talk chicken. Number 1.
Thinking that Death had walked away from the challenge, the Raging Bull turned his back, only to be caught by Death, and then lifted up high in the air and slammed to the canvas. And to be assaulted, therefore after, and brutally beaten, had to be carried out on a stretcher and saved by some of the others in the NPWA. The Raging Bull had paid for turning his back on Death. The Raging Bull, he was carried back to the dressing room, and we thought that was the last of them. Until Death had returned. Raging Bull now in a matchup against Hired Mike Bob, totally in control of this bout, trying to send a message to Death, hoping that Death was watching. However, after the victory, we found out that Death was indeed watching. Here he comes again. Now, a house of fire, pandemonium breaking loose. Him and the Bull are at it again, and the officials had to save him. This was only the first matchup in that same show later on. What happened was reversed. Death was the lead, and the Raging Bull, peering at him, made the charge and rebounded with an attack on Death.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has disqualified Larry the Hairy Cannibal and awarded this bout to Death.
All right, fans, Sky Resco here with you again. Next week, NPWA very first extravaganza in the NPWA. Let me quickly read down the card for you. Starting things off, we have the Back Alley Street Brawl. Bad Apple will take on the Bad Boy. Then from there, we have the Raging Bull will meet Death. Following that, we have the very first NPWA Tag Team Belts. Tom the G and the Headbanger will meet the Man of Steel, and now the partner for the Man of Steel is now determined. It will be, you heard him, I had an interview with him last week, the return of the Ultimate Champ. His first match in a long while. We'll see how he fares in that. From there, the main event. Yes, we've seen the build-up in the last few weeks for it. Rockin' Rebel will go for the title, taking on Hot Body Brown in the main event. Fans, Hot Body's been champion all this time. He's very determined. He's ready to take out the Rebel again, as we've seen in the tournament for the belt. But Rockin' Rebel fans, I think he's quite fired up for this matchup, and he's looking to become the second NPWA Heavyweight Champion. I don't know. Do you think that Hot Body can still hold on to the title? Next week, fans, we'll have to wait and see what happens. And this is Scott Rusko with the Superstar Showdown Report. Don't miss it next week.